Well, here it is, you guys, my first Kabota load, and I got 4 excavators. There's the little scoopers right there. This is pretty exciting. I am stoked. Take a look at that. It's gonna take a long time to secure, but it's gonna be fun. A very fun load, very cool load. A lot of load checks along the route, but super exciting. One more little trip down my trailer, looking at these things. So cool. But yeah, I will be here a while, chaining these up. Thankfully they got a couple of hard points to use on the trailers. Got to do it on both sides. So anyways, that's it, you guys. Hope you like this little video of these Kabota front loader tractors. Hey there, good morning YouTube. Hello subscribers, hope all is well. Wasn't that Kabota load awesome? Man, that was so cool to take those tractors. It did not take me as long as I thought that I was going to take to secure that load. Only took 8 chains, 8 chain binders. It took a couple of straps on the boxes in the middle there, and those scoopers. But man, super easy load to secure and super cool load going down the road. So that was really neat. I am currently with a load of rebar, and I am in College Station. I had a nice little short run yesterday, and I'll explain why it was nice and why I wanted it. But yeah, I got this load of rebar, and it is waiting to get unloaded. Got here yesterday around 7:10 p.m. and went and caught an Uber to Taco Cabana and got me some tacos last night, so that was really good. Had to take advantage being so close to a taco place. So let's see what else is going on. Congratulations to the Milwaukee Bucks for beating my Phoenix Suns last night. And I was at game 5 on Saturday in Phoenix. An amazing time. Unfortunately, my Phoenix Suns lost that game as well, but it was an experience I'll never forget, and one that I do not regret whatsoever. Yeah, super fun time. Had a great time with my godmother and pretty much my cousin-in-law. It was a fun time. Let's see, what else could I tell you guys about? Oh, something that happened a couple weeks ago that was actually really cool, and I forgot to tell you about it. So I was at a lumber yard, I believe, and I'm just gonna throw out a state. I'm so terrible with my memory with this, but I want to say it was Georgia. Let's say Georgia. And no, actually I just remember now, Mississippi. It was Mississippi for sure, 100%. It was Mississippi, and I was picking up a load of lumber. There was a line waiting to get checked in and to start getting loaded. But I heard about this place. I heard that they do not load in the rain. Well, when it was just about my time to go in, it started raining. So it started raining, it was raining pretty hard, very hard. And then I got a call on the CB from the scale house to pull up and go to the scale, which was really weird, because all she did was tell me, we're not loading in the rain. You need to go back in line. So I was in the front of the line when I left my spot to go to the scale house, and then at the end of the line I had to go back to when after she told me the obvious, which was they do not load in the rain. Well, when I went to the back of the line, I was then in view of the tarping station. And while I was at the scale house being told that they do not load in the rain, a TMC truck was pulling out after securing his load, and he ended up going into the tarping station, which is covered and all of that. So I was sitting there, and there was me in my truck, and there was two other TMC trucks. There's two other TMC trucks that were now in front of me in this line. And I'm looking inside this tarping station, and this guy from TMC is having a very difficult time with his tarps. Having a very difficult time using the tarping station, which is an old one, and the machinery that they have is very old and broken. Well, I got on the CB, and I reached out to these other TMC trucks, and I said, hey guys, this is the TMC truck that just pulled around now behind you guys. But I got a good view of the tarping station here. There's a TMC driver in there that's struggling. I said, I know it's raining. I know this is gonna suck, but let's go help this guy out. Let's go help this guy out. So, you know what? Within a second of me stopping, I heard a TMC driver reply, let's do it. We ain't doing nothing else but sitting here. Let's do it. So a trainer and a trainee jumped out of their trucks. I jumped out of my truck. I went in, we all three of us went in there, and we got it done. We helped him out. He was so thankful. He was only in his truck for about 3 weeks. It was his biggest lumber load he's ever had, and he was very, very thankful that we all jumped out and helped him. Not only did we help him, there was another company's truck behind him waiting to get tarped, or waiting to go into that tarping station. That guy jumped out and helped. So we had 5 hands helping bungee this guy's load, and we had him out of there in no time. So now, instead of going back in our trucks after we were done helping this TMC driver out, we ended up helping out that other driver in his other company truck that was behind him. I told him, I was like, hey, this is your boat. You're the captain of the ship. We're your first mates. You tell us what to do. This is, you know, we do things a bit different than you do, so just you let us know what you want us to do. And we had him out of there in no time as well. So that was really cool. Now, it's kind of funny story about that is, as we got pulled in to actually go get loaded after it was done raining and all that kind of stuff, it was when I got into the tarping station, there was nobody around to help me, but that's okay. Right at the very end, that trainer and the trainee pulled in right as I was pretty much done tarping, all that kind of good stuff, and I was just doing my X-strap at the very end, and he helped me throw my X-strap. But that ended up was an amazing experience. I was so happy to see the TMC teamwork. It was really cool, and that driver was extremely happy, and I felt good about that one. That one was really neat. So yeah, that happened a couple of weeks ago, maybe a few weeks ago by now. And oh, by the way, look at that sunrise. I should have been doing this, but I probably look a little dark with that brightness behind me. And let's see what else is going on. Oh, this is an exciting weekend for me. I had an exciting weekend, very exciting weekend last weekend. But I got another exciting weekend coming up this weekend. I got a buddy of mine that we went to orientation together. Well, we became friends at orientation, and we were roommates over there at orientation. He is coming over to New Orleans. He's never been to New Orleans, so he is coming over, and we are gonna hang out. I'm gonna give him a tour of New Orleans. We're gonna hit up Bourbon Street. We're gonna eat a lot of Cajun food. We're gonna do an airboat alligator tour. My brother-in-law is gonna cook, do a crawfish boil, and I'm gonna give my buddy an experience of New Orleans that he'll never forget. So it'll be a good time this weekend. I'm very much looking forward to it. We've been planning this for about 2 months now, so finally it's this coming weekend, and that is super cool. And that's another great thing on that note about TMC. That gentleman, he lives in I'm just gonna want to say the the Austin area. But he told his fleet manager, he's like, hey, this weekend on blah 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 date, I need to be in the New Orleans area. Please park my truck, or please have me routed to where truck 11560 parks his truck on the weekends. And you know what? He's gonna be able to spend the weekend in New Orleans without having to pay for a flight, all because he was getting loads headed that way during the week, and now he's gonna be able to have his home time be in New Orleans. So super cool that is doable. I actually kind of think it's amazing that TMC is able to do that kind of stuff. For example, and it's happened to me a few times, but last week I had to catch a flight out on Friday morning, or no, Friday evening. But I told my fleet manager, I was like, hey, you know, I got a flight to catch to Phoenix, Arizona at 7:05 p.m. Please get me home at a decent, or earlier than usual, decent hour on Friday so I could catch that flight. So I was all the way up in Oklahoma City on Tuesday and Wednesday with that Kabota load. And yeah, Tuesday and then Wednesday morning got unloaded, and I got a load from Oklahoma City. It's a 2-day run going straight down to New Orleans, right in an area I was very familiar with. And man, I just think it's amazing that they're able to do that. So I got unloaded Friday morning and got a phone call from my fleet manager, said, hey, go ahead, you're empty, go ahead, head home empty, catch your flight to Phoenix, have an amazing time. I'll get you a load over the weekend, pre-planned load, so that way you can plan out your Sunday when you return, and either leave out Monday morning if you want, or go park Sunday night at the customer and the shipping customer, and be ready for Monday morning. And that second option there is what I ended up doing. Got home off my flight around 6:50 p.m. Went home, took a shower, gathered up a couple things I did need for the weekend, or for the weekend of truck. Jumped in my truck, took a 2-hour drive, and I was parked at the Sunday night at my shipping customer for a Monday morning load. So it's amazing that TMC is able to do that. Super cool. Let's see. All right, so I got a really very cool story to tell you guys, and it's gonna be a little long, but again, just a fantastic story. So this load here, this rebar load, is a very short load. It was only going from, don't know how to pronounce it, Seguin, something like that, Texas, which was only a 70-mile bounce from my lumber drop-off that I had. And it was only 140-mile loaded, or about 165-mile loaded from there to College Station here. And the reason why it was such a short load, or not the reason why, but the reason why I got it, is because yesterday, when I got unloaded in the morning of my lumber, I called my fleet manager and said, hey, I have two things. I need a really short load, and the reason is because, one, I got my Phoenix Suns game coming on tonight, and I would like to be stopped and parked safely for me to be able to watch it. But two, and more importantly, I had an invitation to a Zoom meeting with, I don't want to throw out his name, but I'm going to just say the CEO of TMC, with me and a few other drivers. And I was a bit nervous. I was like, what is this about? I was never told about this. I was never informed that this was going to be taking place. So I was like, what is this about? I have no idea. But I kind of had an idea of what it could be about. Could be about our experience with TMC. We're new drivers, or I'm a new driver, and could be about what we like about TMC, how we feel things are going, how we feel about our fleet managers, how we feel, and what do we not like, or what suggestions would we make. So I had a few things in my mind, So so my fleet manager, I was like, hey, I also got this meeting I need to attend at 4 p.m. And I need to make sure that you know, I attend that. So he said, yes, absolutely, you definitely need to attend that. I'll get you a short load. So beautiful, got this amazing short load, and it paid pretty well too for the mileage. So had the meeting. One of the things that I suggested, and I don't know if I mentioned it on my I think I did mention it on YouTube here, but my suggestion was, well, first I mentioned a lot of great things that I love about TMC, many things, but the one that I was really passionate about, that I think needs to have happen, is that if a new driver such as myself, or someone that's been here for years, whatever, if they reach 33% 6 months in a row, if they reach 33% 6 months in a row, they can get 34% for the ongoing months, as long as they continue to hit that 220 point 33% threshold. And once they drop below that, their 6 months resets, and they got to do another 6 months if they want to get that 34% again. And the reason why I say that is because, you know, we're told when they come to recruit, TMC comes to recruiting, that 34% is the max you can make, 34% this, 34% that. But you can't even get 33% or 34% until you have like 17 years of experience points, which is 1 point per year. Because I have reached 233 points 2 months in a row. That's the maximum amount of points you can get. And I got to get to 250 points to get that 34%. So I told the CEO about this. I said it would also motivate drivers that are at 31% or 32% to maybe do a few things differently to hit 33% and do those things differently for 6 months in a row, so that way they could get 34%. So I think it'll motivate a lot of drivers. And I know it'll motivate me, even though I'm already motivated as all heck, as all get up, hitting 33% for, you know, 2 months in a row now, 3 months in a row now. But I think that's a great idea. And you know what was really cool is the CEO also thought it was an excellent idea too. And so that was really neat. So hopefully that gets implemented. Of course, being in the position that he needs to check the numbers, seeing what that could cost the company, and seeing if it's you know, beneficial to the company to have that happen, have that change take place, and have it implemented. But during this conversation, we talked about driver retention. We talked about driver retention, meaning keeping the drivers in a TMC truck and not having them go on to another company. So the CEO asked us, what do we think is the reason why drivers leave TMC? And I mentioned something about TARP pay, that TARP pay I hear is often complained about with TMC. I don't mind it. I see it as like $20 an hour, you know, because it takes about an hour to TARP, or roughly a little less than an hour to TARP and bungee and all that kind of stuff, and then a little less to untarp when you get to the consignee. But I mean, I don't mind it. Obviously it would be great if it was more, but I don't mind it. But anyways, one thing I did bring up is we had in my orientation class, the gentleman that ended up winning like the MVP award for the student of the MVP student for those couple of weeks. He ended up quitting the company because he had a truck that was giving him a hard time for a couple of months, and so that was an issue. But right now, I told the CEO, said, right now we have an extremely great driver who is motivated, who is going to be just like me. I know that sounds maybe a little boastful, a little cocky, and I don't mean that in any ways in that such. But he's going to be a driver that wants to make tons of money, wants to make TMC tons of money, wants 5 loads a week, will be parking up, will be getting good gas mileage, will be hitting, I want to say 33% in no time as well. He's sitting at home right now because he too has been in some trucks that have given him issues. And he's very upset. He's been in and out of a hotel and in rental cars and at home for the past like 3 to 4 weeks. He's only done like 4 loads within those 3 to 4 weeks, and he's not very happy. I gave this CEO this gentleman's phone number, and I'm going to mention his name. His name is Dave Diaz. You know who you are, buddy. Gave the CEO Dave Diaz his phone number, and the CEO told me, Paul, text Dave Diaz right now, tell him to stay put, he's going to be hearing from me. So right after the meeting, I called Dave Diaz. I pretty much just told him the story I told you. Another thing I mentioned to the CEO, I'm going to back up just a tad. Another thing I mentioned to the CEO is I was like, sir, I have $697,000 on my truck. I would rather Dave Diaz get a brand new truck, a brand spanking new truck, before I get a brand spanking new truck. I was like, that's how much this guy deserves it. That's how much TMC needs to invest in him, because he is worth it. Anyways, okay, so after the meeting, I called Dave Diaz. I told him what I told the CEO, and while I was talking with him, about 10 minutes later, he got a phone call from the CEO, and the conversation was very short, very straight to the point, and very direct, and had an amazing outcome. Dave Diaz right now, he's getting a brand new truck. He's getting a brand new truck out of Des Moines, Iowa. He is getting a rental car and driving there this morning to pick up a brand new truck. So hopefully that all goes well. He's going to get there Wednesday afternoon here, early evening, and then hopefully Thursday morning he is under a load making some money. And Dave Diaz called me after the phone call with the CEO. Was so thankful, so thankful. We were both getting the chills on how amazing this all turned out. And because I know Dave Diaz was so frustrated, didn't feel wanted, didn't feel valued, and I hope that this changed his mind, or this made him feel different, because he's getting himself a brand new truck. He got it straight from the top, and Dave Diaz is so thankful to me for bringing him up, for letting the CEO know about this situation. And Dave Diaz is pumped. He is pumped up, and he is so excited, and that was just super cool. I'm so thankful to the CEO, and I'm so thankful that I did bring it up, that I had the courage to do so, and I'm so thankful that the CEO stepped up and is doing the right thing and getting a huge problem fixed like that. So that happened yesterday. That was really super cool. So Dave Diaz, good luck out there, man. We'll see you. I'll see you around. And yeah, let's see what else is going on now. That's about it. Today is Wednesday morning. I'm gonna get unloaded here pretty soon. This company's in a safety meeting. They're gonna be getting me unloaded pretty soon. I gotta work my way down back home here this, you know, the next couple of days, so that way I can enjoy my time in New Orleans with a buddy of mine. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. Should be a lot of fun. Cannot wait. But other than that, you guys, I hope all is well. I want you guys to be safe. And of course, I want you guys to smile, because you do have a nice one.